In the year of our Lord 2023, React content is now a staple on this website. Do you want to see what Mr. Moist Critical Charlie himself has to say about this brand new YouTube hotness? You want to see what Asmongold's got some comments to make about another YouTube video? Released by Sunny V, let's be honest, probably. You can get all of that and more on this website. But what if I told you there was a time when React content, like we've seen here, was considered the lowest of the low in terms of YouTube hierarchy standards, where making a reaction video was akin to theft and freebooting? How did we get here? How did we go from React videos being considered abysmally bad and uncreative and we shame and point and laugh at them, we call them the stinky, to completely mundane, normal, in fact? I watched some React content today, let's be honest. Well, to answer all of this, we must first go back in time. Back to the year 2005, with the foundation of YouTube. Ew, ooh, this place is crusty, dude. Oh my. See, back in the early days of this site, it really acted more like a video dumping ground, where people would put their home videos up for everyone to see. It's here in this home video-esque style of YouTube that we find the beginnings of React content. Earliest videos date back to Grandma watches Two Girls, One Cup, or Mom plays Scary Maze Game with kids. These videos are very crude in their making, but they have all the elements of React content in there. I mean, we're watching a person, they're watching a thing, and we're looking to see what their reaction is. What could get more React than that? While these videos are very primitive in their making, they did lay the seeds for Reacts as a genre, because these videos did banging numbers back in the day. I'm talking buku bucks. That grandma video I'm talking about, that hit over 1 million views back when the site only had about 200 million people looking at it at all. So this exposed that there was, in fact, a market for watching other people watch stuff. So I wonder if we could do anything with that. But things wouldn't stay so homey and cozy forever. See, YouTube got bought up by Google, and through Google's AdSense program, in 2010 they opened it up to pretty much anybody. So now it was kind of a lucrative business option to put your videos up on YouTube and then earn revenue from the ads that Google, now owning YouTube, would place in front of those. It is here where we find the cementing of reactions as a format, brought by our two friends, Benny and Rafi Fine, under the moniker the Fine Brothers. The bros are responsible for the foundation of React content as we know it on the platform through their big innovation in the space, bringing a format with their new show, Kids React. What they did was simple. They would bring on a slate of 4 to 8 kids, show them a viral video, and then once the video was over, they would interview them and ask them questions like,
"So what happened in that video? Do you think it really hurt? Do you like babies?"
They would then take those interviews, chop them down into nice little segments, string them together into a very slickly edited video, and boom, the React format was born. The bros would eventually expand this format, bringing it from kids to adults react, to elders react, teens react, YouTubers react, you name it, they had a React for it. Their success in the space laid the foundations for anybody who was going to enter into the React sphere. But there was a problem. What if I'm just one single little old guy? I don't really got a big slate of people that I could bring in to interact and review with, and I don't know how to edit very well. What am I gonna do? I mean, how hard could it be? I'm just a single guy. I can flip on a webcam, I got a microphone, I can watch some videos, give some commentary. I bet you could get away with it. Enters stage left the individual reactors. Notable personalities at this time were Jinx, Blasphemous HD, Tyrone Magnus, Rashad the Reactor. These were some of the biggest names that came out of the mid-2010s. Their videos consisted of their face on a webcam taking up the majority of the screen, with the video they were reacting to relegated to a corner. These videos were usually devoid of cuts or pauses and would often run the video that they were reacting to in its full length. Now, all this being said, these reactors weren't without a little bit of controversy. See, when they would react to a video, they were usually running it in its full length, in its entirety. And to the people who made the videos they were reacting to, it seemed like they were stealing or freebooting the views that they should have gotten. Why would I go to the latest I Hate Everything upload when I could just watch Rashad the Reactor, watch it instead? And this created a bit of a spat in the mid-2010s. Around 2015, we saw a lot of creators speak out against this newfound reactor phenomenon. People like Grade A Under A, I Hate Everything, and Jax Films, to name a few. They each released multiple videos talking about their disdain for this newfound success on the platform through these reactors, saying how they thought they were freebooting or stealing the views that they should rightfully be getting. Now we got a wide slate of responses from the reactors, some of them claiming that this was free promotion, they were doing was good. Others like Rashad saying,
Time for me to make money off your hard work.
Now were the reactors content thieves and freebooters? Were they just offering promotion to lower channels? Depends on how you want to define free use. Regardless of what was thought about these creators, there was a large audience for these new reactors, all of them garnering hundreds of thousands, and in some case for Jinx, millions of new subscribers in this very short period. However, nothing could stay the same forever. The Fine Bros had themselves a delightfully devilish idea. And at the beginning of 2016, they decided to clear their throat and let everybody know they had an announcement to make. In January of 2016, the Fine Bros released their announcement to React World. This program would have turned the React series into a React brand, where anybody could purchase a license from the bro where they could use the assets, transitions, editing, all that fun stuff from the bros and receive marketing and promotion through them as well. Basically, the bros wanted to turn the React format they had made into Subway, where anybody who wanted to open up their own store, or in this case, channel, could do it through the Fine Brothers and then have all of the same logos and marketing and all that kinds of fun stuff to make it look like the React that they had built. This wasn't the problem that people had with the bros. Everything that I said seemed well and dandy. It was how they went about doing it that became a little bit scuzzy. When you're making a brand, you need to stipulate what your brand encompasses so that if somebody were to copy you unrightfully, you can then take legal action against them. In their attempt to make a brand out of React World, they decided that they wanted to create a service mark for the word React. So let's step it back a little bit and let's have a conversation over what does a service mark mean? Well, when you're in the business of providing a service, let's say you're a doctor or an engineer or a dentist, your job is to provide a service to somebody so that they may have their teeth fixed, or they may have their back looked at, or they may have their car looked at. In this case, the Fine Bros tried to make a service mark for reacting videos on YouTube at all, stating that they had ownership over the process of making videos that people reacted in. What does this mean big picture wise? Well, if they would have gotten their service mark in this space, they would have had a legal right to be able to claim any video where somebody was reacting to content. It was overly broad. This didn't help with the fact that the Fine Bros were very, very intolerant of people copying or imitating their format. Back in 2014, Ellen DeGeneres released a video titled "Ellen Introduces Kids to the Technology of Yesterday." In it, she got a group of kids to gather around and look at old technology like, whoa, what's a typewriter? What's this clickety-clackety bullshit, am I right, guys? The Fine Bros saw this and they didn't like it, as it turns out. They thought it was stealing the Kids React format, so they decided to take themselves off to Facebook, and they were gonna write an angry post. Bam! Ooh, look at that. That's an angry one right there. They were basically telling everybody to, oh, go take a look at that video. Just run on over, give them comments, let them know that Kids React exists. Ooh, that's not a good look. Right there, I'm gonna be honest. So the Fine Bros, through their service mark fiasco, created a huge uproar across the entire site. Over the course of a day, the Fine Bros lost 240,000 subscribers. That is an ungodly amount to lose. Now, after this gigantic blunder, they released a retraction a couple days later saying that they were removing all trademarks and service marks that they had filed for, and they had released all content IDs that they had made on previous videos. And this was gigantic, a complete rollback of everything that they had set up. These turn of events that the Fine Bros brought upon the React sphere sent a real chilling effect throughout the entire website. See, lower reactors really didn't feel comfortable continuing to create React content because there was almost a hostile takeover over this entire sphere. It also didn't help that public opinion of these lower creators who had an all-time low with the whole freebooting claims, and oversaturation of the market had started to take effect. Because it's really easy to make a React channel, let's be honest, and it turns out lots of people wanted to have a go at it, and there was just a bajillion different remakes of all of these different people. Now, this video is getting a little long as it is, so let's do a quick wrap up on all the figures we talked about, where they are today, and where YouTube has gone since then, and then let's get out of here. Now, the whole service mark fiasco of 2016 did set the Fine Bros back in their channel, but after a couple of months they were able to return to some normalcy. This would continue until 2020 when Benny and Rafi Fine finally sold their channel and stepped away completely. They no longer run the React channel. Well, what happened to all the smaller creators, Hawk? What happened to all of them? Well, I'm glad me asked me. You had channels like Jinx and Rashad the Reactor that tried to branch out after reacting became oversaturated and hated, found very little success, and then eventually deleted both of their channels. Whereas on the other end, you have channels like Tyrone Magnus and Blasphemous HD that still upload to this day. However, they only see a fraction of the viewership that they saw in their golden days. So all these big names are gone, disappeared from the platform, or husks of their former selves. But from the ashes of React content on YouTube would rise the phoenix, being live streaming reactions. See, the biggest problem with static reaction videos like the ones we saw on YouTube was that they were static. You couldn't interact with the person who was beyond the screen, and you couldn't ask them poignant questions or figure out how they actually felt. You had to just listen to whatever they had to say. But with the innovation of live streaming and its expansion on places like Twitch, you kind of sort of could do that. Instead of pretending that Charlie is in the same room as you watching this video, he kind of sort of could be. And with this new innovation, it made YouTube reaction videos doubly redundant. Nowadays, any reaction content that you will find will be in these VODs that people take from Twitch and then re-upload them to YouTube. But regardless, it seems like React content is here to stay on YouTube. There's a huge audience for it, and the advent of live streaming means it could be even more interactable. So, I don't think it's going nowhere. Man, you can see, like, right up into there, can't you? How we looking, boys? We clean? Not a booger in sight, I'll tell you that much.